The rain hasn't stopped for hours, and the mountain wind howled like lost spirit through the teeny village of Garam, lanterns flicking, water dripping from the wooden waves, and the world outside one small home was nothing but shadow and thunder. She was closing the shutter when a knock came sharp, heavy, urgent. Shattered wine pulled her cardigan tighter and opened the door just enough to peek out. And there he stood, a tall man in the black coat, soaked to the bone, stand of the hair clinging to his forehead, jaw tight with a resident yes, yet something about his eyes, they looked lost. I am sorry, he said, voice deep and low. My car broke down near the village. There is no signal. I saw your light and I didn't know where else to go. One step aside without a word. Cashed him in. Inside the warmth of the heart met with the icy aura he carried. He didn't speak much, just sat near the fire as she handed him a towel and a hot cup of tea. He looked out of the place like a figure carved from the difference wall, expensive watch, tailored clothes, yet worn eyes. I am Taehyung, he said, after a while, not looking at her. Why? She replied softly. This is my grandmother's house. She is aware of a few days. Why are you here? She asked gently, his finger tightened around the cup. I don't know. Wine didn't press. She only nodded as if understood something deeper. The storm outside intensifies. The wind slammed against the window, the power flicking when the light went out completely. Wine lit the candle, placing them between them, casting golden shadow across his sharp feature. He watches her calm movement, the way she hums softly to herself, the way candlelight dances in her eyes. Do you always let a stranger let in during a storm? He asked suddenly. Only the ones who look like they are running from something. He looked away. That night, they sat in silence, surrounded by flickering light, and the rhythm of the storm words wasn't necessary. There was nothing in the quiet comfort neither of them they needed. But as hours passed, so did the berries. He spoke of the light of noise, pressure of life filled with the hollow success of being told he could never have a child, that his future would always be incomplete. She listened not with a pity but with something far deeper, a kind of empathy. They reached past word when their eyes met again. Something fragile stirred, a pull, a question neither could answer. One hesitated touch, his finger brushed her, warningly gaze, her breath catch, and then a kiss, gentle, dreaming, yet full of something worries. That night was not a zoo, and Wine was not just a village girl. There were two souls finding each other in the world that never gave them a moment to breathe. And by morning he was gone. No note, no goodbye, only the faint scent of the corn on the pillow beside her. Wine stood the doorway, the sky now clear, sunlight clutching the bedsheet, her just as her heart ached quietly. She knew his name, but somehow he still felt like a stranger who took a part of her when he left. The weeks that follow were quite painful, so Wyan tried to move on, return to the rhythm of the village life, teaching children in the small classroom, harvesting herbs with the grandmother smiling from the villager who always expected her to be soft and strong one. But her body betrayed her first. The morning nausea, the dizziness, but the sudden cravings, and then missed day 1, 2, then more. She sat in the clinic with a tremor finger. The doctor word Enosh in her ear like thunder from the distant storm. "You are pregnant, Wyan." She blinked. "What?" The early doctor gave her a kind look. "A little over 6 weeks. You are healthy, but you will need rest, support. Do you want me to contact the father?" Her lips parted, but no sound came out. She shook her head slowly. No one. She walked home in silence, the wind rustling the leaves like a whisper behind her. The weight in her chest grew heavier with every step, pressing into her lungs, curling around her heart. She didn't cry, not even when she lay on her bed and pressed a hand on her belly, because there was a life inside her, a piece of a man who came like a storm and disappeared like one too soon. So then the whisper in the village began. "Did you hear? Wyan with child, no husband, no engagement. How shameful. She always seems like such a good girl." She said nothing, not even when old women turned their back, not when her students were taking out of her class. She only clutched her belly protectively when no one was watching and whispered slowly, "You are not a mistake. You are the only thing that feels." Meanwhile, away in his sleek penthouse, Taehyung stared at the update medical report in disbelief. He was infertile. That first report has been wrong, a lip error. His doctor apologized profusely, but all he could hear was the beating silence in his chest. And suddenly everything he had tried to forget come rushing back. Her eyes in candlelight, her warmth, the night, her tremor finger clutching his, and the way she looked at him like he was more than what the world had made. His glass slipped from his fingers, staring on the marble floor. Didn't even flinch. There was a chance, terrifying, beautiful chance, that he left behind something more than just memory. And without another thought, he picked up his coat. He was going back to village. The village hadn't changed. Children still chasing chicken barefoot through the dusty road. Old men still smoke the tea shop, and the small stubborn rooster is still crowded at the wrong hour. But the moment Taehyung stepped out of the seek-back car at the edge of the main road, head turned, conversation stopped, eyes wide. The city man in the place, untouched by the kind, but Taehyung didn't care about the stare. His eyes scanned the path, headed sharp and desperate, looking for her. He found her near the riverbank, kneeling beside the warm basket, washing herbs. Quite focused, the stop breeze playing with the loose strand of her hair, expression distant. His voice came out before he could think. Why? She froze. Slowly she turned, and when their eyes met, the fretted Taehyung had prepared himself for anything, tear, anger, even a slap, but this not the heartbeat in her eyes, not the silence that wrapped around her like a shell. What are you doing here? She asked, voice low, grudged. He stepped closer, hand at his side. I don't know about the baby. A flicker, her hand gripped the edge of the basket. So it's mine, isn't it? The word hummed heavy in the spring air. Wine didn't answer. She didn't have to. I didn't know, he said quietly. The doctor told me that I couldn't. I believed them, but they admitted it was wrong. I couldn't stop thinking about you, about that night. Stop, she whispered. Don't say like it's meant something. It's did, he said firmly. She finally looked at him, then her voice cracked. Then why did you leave without a word? You vanished like was nothing, but you didn't even look back. He flinched. Because I didn't think I deserved to look back. I came here to escape my world from the one night, but you wasn't a part of the plan. You felt too real. Tears stunned her eyes, but she blinked them away. And now you come back just because there is a baby? No, he said softly. I came back because I realized that my heart behind that night. She looked at him, eyes dreamily. You don't get walk back into my life just because you decided you wanted to. I know, he murmured, but I will wait as long as it's take. I just wanted to be near you and our. A long silence followed them. Without a word, Wine turned away, picking up her basket, washing up the bath, but Tim didn't move. He stood by the rear bag, watching her destroy, his heart hunting painfully his chest, and for the first time in the year, he was willing to stay in one place.